Coach, good morning. How you doing today, sir?
I'm doing well. How about you?
I'm good. I'm good. And once again, thanks God, it is Friday. 48 hours in a wake up, coach. And speaking of that, players coach, it's a lot of different interpretations of the term, right? What do you think the definition of a players coach is and the importance of it?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of definitions. I guess it depends on probably the context you're asking it in. I mean, to me, the best coach you can be is a coach that puts players in the position to succeed and accomplish their goals. So if that's a players coach, then sign me up. I know the term is used in some other ways too, in terms of what happens in this league from time to time with coaches, but I'm not really sure how you're asking that question in terms of the context of it.
Okay, well, I'm just, as you being a coach, I know most coaches would love to have that pegged on them as, you love to be a player's coach for the men that you coach, for the men that you lead in the locker room.
Yeah. No, I mean, I just think that number one thing I want to be as a coach, I've never really had a goal to be a player's coach. I've just tried to, again, help the players become the best they can become. And if that's, again, a player's coach, then sign me up. But always want to care for the players and respect the players and do my best, like I said, do our best as coaches collectively to help them accomplish their goals and and put them in positions to succeed.
Absolutely, coach. And stranger to postseason. You've been in there quite a while, whether it's divisional playoffs or AFC championship games. How does opportunities like this elevate one hunger? And is it any added pressure knowing what's at stake?
Been here before. So just been in this situation before in terms of as a head coach, but also as a coordinator and as a position coach. So experience isn't anything new. The game is what's new, right? The matchup is what's new. So obviously you win, you advance, you lose, you go home. That's true of every round at this point. So we look forward to the challenge, that's for sure.
Absolutely, coach. And one more, if I may, whether it's 50 touchdowns or 50 interceptions, how much confidence does it give you to know that when the game is on the line, your quarterback can lock in and get the job done?
Yeah, I have a tremendous amount of faith and trust in our quarterback. And we've been together now for 5 years. So I love him. And I think he's a heck of a football player and a heck of a person.
Absolutely, coach. Thank you for your time and good luck Sunday.
All right. Thanks, Mookie.
Hey, Sean, maybe along the lines of a player's coach type thing, and I probably should have asked you this on Wednesday, but I followed up with Josh on the fact that you had put him through a walkthrough. And he said, really, at this stage of the game, it's a wear and tear situation for everybody, and that's understandable. But that really allowed them to kind of focus in schematically and everything else that you put into a game plan. I guess, how do you weigh that? How have you executed practices this week, and how mindful are you of the fatigue factor and kind of the long-term wear and tear to this point in the season? And based on that, how prepared do you think this team is for Sunday?
Yeah, well, it's my hope, Adam, every week to end goal really to have them as prepared as humanly possible. One of the areas that we look at and study and analyze and try and put them in a position with is their rest and making sure that they're fresh for the game, in this case on Sunday. So I just think that that's an important part, as Josh mentioned, this time of year in particular, because this time of year is when, and even before now, the last third of the season is when the bumps, the bruises, the fatigue sets in, not only physically, but mentally as well. So just always trying to have a good feel for where the team is and what they need most moving forward.
And just one follow-up, if I may. You had talked earlier in the week about how Damar was in the building pretty much on a daily basis now. Has that continued? And I guess what everyone wants to know is there a chance he'd be in the house on Sunday?
I don't know the answer to that last question. Again, we're just going at Damar's cadence, really. It's what he needs and how we can help him and how our training staff can help serve him and we can serve him. And as anyone would do, we're just trying to be there for him and walk at his pace, so to speak, play on words. But we're just there for him and want the best for him right now. So it's been good having him around when he's been around here.
All right, Sean, thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, you got it.
Hi, Sean, you got me?
I can hear your voice. I can't see it, but that's okay.
Yeah, sorry about that.
That came out wrong. My apologies.
It's all
buddy.
good.
Yeah,
It's all good. It's Friday.
You can say the same for me. I know it's all right.
So I was talking to Dean Marlowe this week, and just about that, the game that he played coming in halfway through the season. And, there were times in his career where he may never have envisioned getting back to a point to make that kind of play and that kind of big moment, especially at safety on defense. He's been such a good special teams player over the course of his career. What has he meant to you personally, knowing how far back you go with him and what he's brought, and, not only from a football perspective, but off the field as well?
Yeah, great question. It's fun as a coach to watch a player grow as a player, but also a person. And when we brought Dean to when we drafted Dean in Carolina, or it was late in the draft, I know, or after the draft, and he was a player that we had on our radar, and he had good strengths, but things to work on, like most any player or any of us. So I think now to have been with Dean in Carolina and now in Buffalo, and then twice now in Buffalo, it's just a joy as a coach to watch a person develop, now have a family. And I think that's just part of the relationship that we've built, the friendship that we've built, but also the player-coach relationship. Dean's just such a pro. He's a true joy to have on our football team.
Yeah, I asked him if there's been anybody when he got back that he's just been, had a joy to be around every day. And he's like, I'm going to be honest, it's McD, because you don't realize sometimes how much, when somebody's not around, you get so used to seeing people every day. And he was with you for so long, and he just wanted to share that with you.
Yeah, I appreciate that. That made my day right there. That's great to hear, and super proud of Dean.
And then finally, how has, it's almost 2 weeks now since Mike has been practicing. How has he come through it to this point, and what you've seen out there on the practice field from him?
Yeah, he continues to work hard. He's working with our scout team and doing a good job over there, and getting himself back in the flow. So we'll just continue to take it one week at a time here.
Perfect. Thanks, Sean.
Yeah, you got it.
Hey, Sean, Mike Giardi, NFL Network. How are you?
Good. Mike, how are you?
I'm doing well. Quick one for you on Jamison Crowder. I know you said you didn't rule anybody out. Is he close?
We think he's moving in the right direction, Mike, but don't expect him this week. We'll see where it goes in the following weeks here.
And I was talking to Teron Johnson, and he mentioned Jordan Poyer being a Marine. And I'm just curious your view of that, and why, I guess, just how you view Jordan and his sort of devotion to the craft.
Boy, that's if we had an hour to talk about that. Jordan is just he's a football player, right? When you look up the word football player, the words football player in a dictionary, if that were to be the case, you would see a picture of Jordan Poyer. That's really what he is. He is. He loves the game. He's committed. He's extremely tough. You look at the injuries that he's had and what he's played, what he's come back from. Maybe some guys wouldn't have come back from some of those injuries, right? So he's a leader. I think he's really done a really good job for our football team. Even starting 6 years ago, coming here from. I think he came from Cleveland at the time, and another great journey to watch and watch it unfold. And it gives you a lot of joy as a coach to watch a young man develop on and off the field like he has.
Thanks, Sean. Appreciate it.
Yep.
That's all for today. Thanks, Coach.
All right. Thanks, guys.